This was the moment that defined him for millions. A single kick, a single miss, and just like that, the hero became the villain. But that's not the real story. The real story is about a boy from Codino who fought through pain, pressure, and expectation. A player whose name should be remembered in gold, not grief. Before the world remembered him for that one moment, he gave them 1,000 others. From a land of warriors and defenders, he was an artist. This is the story of Roberto Baggio. Italy has produced many legends, but historically, they were known as a nation of defenders, from Maldini to Baresi, Cannavaro to Nesta. Yet, from this land of defenders rose one of the most prodigious attacking talents the sport had ever seen. Roberto Baggio was born in Codino and started playing at 9. By 11, he had been involved in 65 goals in just 26 games, scoring 6 in a single match. When he played, the game seemed to slow down to watch. Every touch, every pass, every goal was a glimpse of something rare. He moved to Vicenza youth team at 13 and was promoted to the first team at 15. His first professional goal came from the penalty spot in June 1984. The young teenager had no idea that same spot would later betray him. Baggio was named the best player in Serie C1 in 1985, and Italy's biggest clubs fought for his signature. He was set to finalize a move to Fiorentina, but 2 days before, the unthinkable happened. In a season-ending match, an attempted slide tackle ruptured the ACL and meniscus in his right knee. He was just 18, and doctors feared he might never play again. Yet Fiorentina stood by him. They signed him, paid for his surgery and rehabilitation, a loyalty that would make his eventual departure so painful. Baggio didn't play a single Serie A game in his first year due to the injury. He made his debut in September 1986, only to suffer another devastating knee injury weeks later, requiring 220 stitches. Fans grew impatient, but Baggio fought back. He returned 8 months later against Diego Maradona's Napoli, the eventual champions. With Fiorentina losing and facing relegation, Baggio scored a stunning free kick to snatch a draw. That goal wasn't just a point, it was a promise kept. In the 1988-89 season, he exploded, scoring 15 goals. He led Fiorentina to the 1990 UEFA Cup final, where they lost to Juventus. What followed was one of football's most controversial transfers. Juventus signed Baggio for a world record £8 million. The streets of Florence erupted in riots. 50 people were injured. The Fiorentina president had to barricade himself inside the stadium. Baggio claimed he was forced into the move, but the damage was done. When he returned to Florence in Juventus colors, he was met with a wall of hate. In a defining act of respect, he won a penalty but refused to take it against his former club. Substituted off, he picked up a Fiorentina scarf thrown onto the pitch, a gesture that endeared him back to Florence but infuriated Juventus fans. It was with Juventus, however, that Baggio reached his peak. In 1993, he led them to a UEFA Cup title, scoring twice in the final. That year, he scored 39 goals in all competitions, winning the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year. The hero had arrived. On the international stage, Baggio was Italy's crown jewel. At the 1990 World Cup on home soil, he scored a magical goal against Czechoslovakia, later voted one of the best in tournament history. Italy reached the semi-finals, losing to Argentina on penalties, though Baggio converted his kick.